Genuine Impact. Is it the best stock market research app out there for Trading212/freetrade? Well, in this video, you're about to find out with this genuine impact review. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Euan, and on this channel we talk about personal finance and investing in the stock market. So if that tickles your fancy, then hit the like button and consider subscribing. Today I want to talk through the new app, Genuine Impact. I'll go through what it's used for, what I've used it for, the benefits, the pitfalls, and most importantly, answer the question, is it the best stock market research app around? But before we get into it, just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random dude on the internet in a tie-dye t-shirt. So please do your own research before investing your hard-earned money. So right off the bat, on the Genuine Impact website, there is a statement that says, our research tools provide long-term insights for investors, which shows that it's a long-term looking app. It's not for short-term trading, which is right up my street. Last week in my Trading212 portfolio update, I actually mentioned using this app to help me pick out some of my new stocks, my new dividend stocks. So what I'll do is I'll go through the thought process that led me to adding Legal & General into my dividend portfolio and how the app was used to aid my decision making. If you want to download the app and follow along, it might help you understand the value of this app, and it'll be better than just looking at my screen. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description and in the top comment. So if you want to go and join, then you'll get a free month and a half of the premium features on this app. So it may be worth doing. So as you can see, I've jumped into the app now, and it is pretty standard sort of trading investment app. And the first thing you come across is your watch list. So we're going to click into that. And you can see that I've added a few companies, Apple, Legal & General, which we're going to talk about, Vanguard, S&P 500, and Visa, which is already there. I just didn't take it out. So now we're going to jump into Legal & General, and the ticker symbol for that is LGEN. So immediately it might look a bit confusing because you don't know what the app is about. You don't really understand what everything means, but once I've hopefully explained it, you should have a better understanding and find the value in this app. So as you can see these rings here which go round the Legal & General logo. The rings are all based on these features that you can see here, which is quality, value, and momentum. And I'll quickly explain each one of those, so hopefully that helps. Quality is made up of three key components, and they are the company's profitability, the financial strength of the company, and the capital allocation, which is a holistic look at whether the company has a good cash flow, a good debt to asset ratio, and how well the capital is allocated / returned to the shareholders. The next metric is value, and this is calculated by pitting the income statement, the cash flow statement, and the balance sheet, there we are, against the market value. This allows you to see if the company is overvalued or undervalued, which is exactly what you want to see if you want to be the next wiser bee. These two metrics for Legal & General are really good. As you can tell, that the gold shield means that they're in the top 20% of stocks, which I'm very happy about, and this is why I've put them in my dividend portfolio. However, where Legal & General is not so hot is the momentum. As you can see, there's a big difference between the momentum and the value and quality, so we need to go through that. Momentum is the last metric on the ringy thingy, which I've gonna have to copyright because ringy thingy sounds pretty jokes. Anyway, enough of my terrible chat. Momentum metric is the way of showing the earnings and the revenue versus what was expected of that stock in the market. So in layman's terms, every single stock will have an expectation of how well it will do in the market. And momentum score allows you to work out whether this stock has done better than expected or worse than expected. So if the company does have better earnings and revenue than expected in the market, then it will have a better momentum score. The momentum score also takes into account how an analyst actually views the stock, whether it is a buy, hold, or sell stock. So as a whole metric, momentum was not a big factor in my decision making because as a high paying dividend stock, we know that they're basically churning out revenue every single month, but they're not going to be growing massively like, let's say, an Apple or another company like this. So we know that it's going to be quite steady, and they're probably not going to outperform massively compared with what the market thinks. So along with these three metrics, quality, value, and momentum, which are updated daily, I actually use the checklist function as well, which as you can see for legal and general is looking fairly good. The only failure was momentum, and that's not quite unexpected. The only other thing was the dividend cover, which was a neutral, so I wanted to check a bit more into that. So I scrolled down a little bit and found the dividend cover. So it says medium. The dividend cover measures how much a company's profits and earnings can service its dividend payment. As it's medium, I'm not overly concerned and I think it will be fine, but it just basically means that if they have a bad year, they could potentially cut their dividend, but I think we should be okay. So that's how I use the Genuine Impact app to aid my decision making. But it's important to remember that this should not be your only sole source of research, because you need to do a wide variety of research from different sources just to make sure that your information is credible and so you can assess the stock correctly. So for example, I used Legal & General's website, dividend.com and Trading212 to assess this stock. So now let's go through the benefits of this app. So the first benefit is that it's an objective view of the stock, of the overall stock and the financials of that specific stock. This is really important because it is easy to be swayed by hype and the stock price dropping. And you need to know the reasons behind all of these things. Warren Buffett, or Wasabi as he may like to be known, he always suggests that you need to look into the fundamentals of the company before even looking at the price, and this is essentially what the Genuine Impact app is trying to do. The second benefit is the long-term view of the app, the long-term potential of the app. This is truly a long-term platform and is designed for long-term investing. The reason this is so good is there are lots of apps and websites out there that sensationalize things and just want the clicks and the revenue, but I don't think this is the message of this app. The Genuine Impact app is the long-term view and I think it's good. And the third benefit is that it's an in-depth view. Compared to Trading212, compared to freetrade, there is nowhere near as much information. I know it's not designed for that, it's designed for buying the stocks, etc. But I still think that Trading212 and freetrade are rubbish in that aspect. So this app could game change both of these apps and complement them really well. So there are some negatives, of course, as to everything, and one of them being that it can look quite confusing at first, and I have to admit I was a bit confused when I first saw it. It took me a while to get my head around it, but they do have a really helpful guide down in the bottom right corner, which you can see there. You can go through and look and learn about what everything means, why they've done it, and I think that's a really good aspect of the app. So although it is a bit confusing at first, there is definitely a good guide there to help you and aid your research and your stock market picks. And of course, I can help with any questions down in the comments, so just leave anything or DM me on Instagram. So the second negative is actually it's not free completely. So there is a free account which will allow you to see the watch list and the insights, but the main account and I think the most useful thing is the premium account, which allows you to look at the stock and fund details and the stock and fund collections. So this is really important because it gives you an overview of all the stocks. So without the free version, then it's not that useful. But luckily, if you do use the link in the description, then you'll get a free month and a half. After that, there is actually quite a good deal on until the 1st of November. So a yearly membership for only $9.99. So this could potentially be a game changer in terms of stock market research. So it's definitely something to consider once you've given it a try. And the third negative is I actually wish I found this app back in March when the stock market crashed, so that I could just look at all the stocks, which ones are undervalued, and well, there's quite a lot undervalued, but I could have maybe made a better return on my money if I'd had this app back in March. But you live and you learn, and we're here now, so it's going to help me make a lot of money in the future. So although I do think this app is a game changer, I cannot categorically say that it is the best stock market app for Trading212/freetrade, purely because I haven't tried all the other apps. I haven't looked at every single other one, and there might be something better out there, but this is just my honest opinion, and I think it is a quality app. I have, for example, used Simply Wall Street, which is an Australian-based app. So the difficulty is there, it's not that integrated into the UK's market and into the UK apps, etc. So potentially that is a massive win for this app, Genuine Impact, because it's from the UK. So they've got that advantage, and hopefully they can integrate with Trading212, integrate with freetrade perhaps, and make it into an all-encompassing UK platform, which is the best stock market research app out there. All in all, I am a big fan, and I do think that it is worth just having a look and giving it a try. As I said, you will get a free month and a half's worth of premium membership, so it's definitely worth having a look using the link below. And please do let me know if you use the link below. Let me know in the Discord group or on my Instagram. Just message me and we can chat about it, see what you think and see what's good, what's not good. But yeah, I personally think it's good, but it's all up to you. Well, that's it from me. If you have liked the video, then please hit the like button, comment something down below, and subscribe to my channel, as I'm trying to hit 10k by the end of the year, if you haven't already heard me say that. Also, as I said, we've got that Discord group going and that Patreon link down in the description, so if you do fancy joining me over there, then down in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm trying to help you become one, so peace. Better record, silly boy. So the next metric is value, as you can see. So right off the bat, the next metric we see is value, and the next metric you can see is value, and this will pitch. The next metric is value, and as you can see, the next metric is value, and this is basically where the next metric is value, and this is calculated by pitting the income statement. The next metric is value, and this is